Welcome back, everybody. Season 4, episode 2. Root beer?
That's it.
The second episode of Root beer being engaged.
Woo!
Root beer just got engaged, Tori. Did you know that?
I did know that, and when I arrived today, I asked to see the ring.
Oh, of course you did. It's
Can't miss it.
things that girls do.
Yeah.
You can't miss it.
I know.
Yeah.
There's a theory behind how we got that, how Johnny Kopp's got that ring.
We talked about it at lunch yesterday.
Yeah.
I told him.
You did?
He didn't deny it.
So, do you listen to the show?
I do.
Tory, not Anderson. What is the last name, Tory?
Moylan.
Moylan. You went from an Anderson to a Moylan?
I did.
Okay. So, Tory Moylan.
Yes.
Moylan is this week's guest. And you're a listener.
I am.
All right.
Huge listener.
Really?
Huge listener.
I love it.
Love that.
I love having
More
listeners on
than
this.
Jerry Moffat.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know. Jerry gets a lot of shout outs on this show recently.
Way too many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we just gave him one. You realize that, right?
I know.
You're
should
feeding
know
right
better.
into the machine. So this is Keithy. This is kind of like a special guest for you because you kind of originated this guest.
Well, I feel like because we had Jerry and I knew Tori's fandom of our show, loves our show.
Yeah, I love that fandom.
She has watch parties.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. It started with Jerry's.
So back up. This is amazing. I was in a really bad mood. Now I'm in a really good
I
mood.
told you.
So you legit had a watch party for Everybody Needs a Nudge?
Yes. So Jerry went on the show.
Yeah.
Keith sent me the link immediately.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it was out yet. Obviously, I sent it to my husband. And that Friday night, we were hanging out, and Jerry and his wife and children came over. And all of a sudden, my husband has Jerry's face on the TV.
It's amazing.
And he was like, I think we're going to watch the video today. And normally, he and I were just listening in the car.
Yeah.
So that was the first time that we
So
actually...
your husband's a listener too?
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
Tens and tens of listeners.
Told you.
Well, thank you for listening, and thank you for having watch parties. I mean, hopefully I get invited. Wouldn't it be amazing to have like the star of the show at the watch party?
Well, he's already planning it for tomorrow. I don't want to watch myself tomorrow.
Yeah, you'll be surprised at how you'll want to watch and listen. It's very cathartic, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Well, if we can find a no hockey night, we can
All right. Well,
host a watch party.
yeah, watch party of season 4, episode 2.
Love it.
So, there's a lot of conspiracy theories going on. So, you know the rules then. We don't have to talk about the rules. No politics, no religion, blah, blah, blah. You know the rules.
I know the rules.
Everybody knows the rules. Okay. But there's a lot of conspiracy theories going on around right now, right? But there's one from back in the day that I thought was pretty interesting. So there was a guy by the name of Stanley Meyer, and Stanley Meyer invented a car that ran on water. Think about that for a second. He invented a car that ran on water. And obviously he built, like a prototype or whatever, but nobody would build the car. Why do you think nobody built the car? Come on. Nobody would build the car because
It's not going to work.
the oil and the gas people were in control, and that's big money for them, right? Oil, if you don't need gas and you don't need oil for the car because it's running on water, they didn't want to build the car. Like GM didn't want to build the car. Nobody wanted to build the car. So he goes to lunch with some oil executives and takes a sip of his drink, runs out of the restaurant, dies on the street. Of course, they find that it was an accidental death or whatever it was. The next day, they raid his, not a studio, but like his lab, and destroy all evidence of the car that runs by water.
Is this a true story?
Yes.
I can't wait to tell John.
Yeah. Stanley Meyer. So the conspiracy theory being they killed him.
Yeah.
The oil
I don't
exec.
think that's a theory. I think that's
I think
fact.
that happened.
Wow. Real? Are you a conspiracy theorist to begin with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big time.
Really? Are you?
Depends.
So not really. Are you?
Yeah, I am.
Like JFK. Do you think who killed JFK?
Democrats.
I knew he was going to say that.
What? That doesn't even make sense. Why did the
Democrats.
No politics.
Oh, that's just the answer. Who do you think killed JFK?
I don't know.
You don't know. You have no theory. You don't know. You know, like
I think the FBI was definitely involved.
I think it was the mob. I think the mob killed him. What do you think?
I think it was an inside job.
So like his vice president inside job, like the government inside job.
The government
Really,
inside job.
really. That would make sense, but so would the mob, because the mob essentially JFK's father leaned very heavily on the mob to get him elected. And then JFK hired his brother, Robert F. Kennedy, to be the attorney general, and Robert F. Kennedy immediately turned around and started going after the mob.
That makes sense.
And then both JFK and RFK ended up dead. I think it ties to the mob.
It's too clean.
And Sam Giancana, who was the head of the Chicago Mafia, was also madly in love with Marilyn Monroe, who JFK was having an affair with. Right? Right?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at on that. But that's a pretty interesting conspiracy theory. Stanley Meyer, look him up. Water-powered car. Would you drive a water-powered car? Think about how easy that would be. Just like fill it up with the
Hose.
Yeah. All those hose. I mean, just the hose that's a house.
Watered powered. I
Oh
was
my
thinking
God.
the car was going on the water.
Oh,
And I was like,
my God.
Isn't that a boat?
For all you people listening, yes,
just
she
had a-
is blonde.
We just had a
Oh
Wall
my
Street
God.
moment.
That is amazing.
I think that's a boat.
Oh. Show over.
Thanks for coming, guys. See you tomorrow.
I have so many jokes, but nothing will ever beat that joke right there.
Oh, Tory.
Oh my God, that is amazing.
I can't save you in that one.
Keith, do you want to tell your Dan Jansen story? The one you sent me? Or do you want me to tell it?
No, tell it. It's a good story.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're actually good at these things.
Okay.
I'm only good at jokes.
All right, everybody remember Dan Jansen? He was the speed skater from like the late 80s, early 90s? No?
Yes.
No.
No.
I'm glad Root Beer feels the same. I mean,
that wasn't even like a no. It's like, no, and I don't want to hear this story. No. That was like,
well, I was born in '89. Like,
oh my
I
God, I'm
wasn't
so
following
old.
the speed skaters.
Still not.
Eric Flame, Pembroke guy?
Yeah. No. Trained at Hobart.
Wow.
All right, well, Dan Jansen was he was like this, obviously a world-class speed skater. And he qualified for the 88 Olympics and the 92 Olympics and also the 94 Olympics. And the 92 to 94 Olympics, that's when they changed. This is probably before your time, but the Olympics used to be every 4 years, both summer and winter Olympics. So you'd have, like in 88, you had the Winter Olympics in 88 and the Summer Olympics in 88. And then in 94, they started alternating so now it's
Every 2 years.
well, yeah, it's every 2 years. You get the summer, and then you get the winter, and then you get the summer, and you get the winter. So in 92 and 94, you had Summer Olympics, 2 Summer Olympics within a 3-year period, right? 92 and 94. So anyway, he was a speed skater, and he was like the best of the best, and he completely choked in 1988 and in 1994. Excuse me, 1998 and 1992. He completely choked the 500 and the 1,000. He was supposed to win both. I don't even think he medaled. So in 1992, he started working with like a sports psychologist, gearing towards 1994. And he would tell the sports psychologist, I love the 500. I hate the 1,000. And so the sports psychologist went to a bunch of his trainings and he started to watch him skate. And he was like, you know what? This guy's a better 1,000 meter racer than he is 500. We've got to change his mindset. So they worked and worked and worked to change his mindset, and eventually he came around to love the 1,000. And of course, he goes to Lillehammer in 1994. You guys should all know this, but he ends up winning the gold in 1,000, and he sets a new world record in the 1,000. And essentially, he had changed his mindset to I hate the 1,000 to I just love to speed skate, and the longer I get to do it, the better. And I learned to love the 1,000, and he ends up changing his complete mindset and ends up going from a complete choke to winning the 1,000, which was the event that he didn't like anyway. But essentially, what the story talks about, what this sports psychologist talks about, is the power broker in your brain, right? The voice in your head, whatever you're talking to your self-talk, right? Everybody wakes up in the morning like, I got to do, and you're talking to yourself constantly. You may not even realize it, but there's a constant narrative going on in your head, and it's either positive or it's negative, right? It's either, oh my God, I hate the 1,000. I can't believe I have to go train for the 1,000. I'm never going to be good at the 1,000, versus I'm so happy I get to get out of bed today and go train for the 1,000. I love the 1,000. This is my opportunity to be great. That narrative that you create, you're the one that creates it. This guy called it the power broker in your head, which I thought was pretty cool, right? Because they're the ones that voice in your head is sort of dictating the successes or failures that you have, right? So I like that story because he goes from being a complete choke to 2 years later holding the world record in the 1,000 simply by he wasn't a different athlete, he wasn't a different person, he didn't train any differently. He just changed the way he thought about the event.
I like that.
Yeah, right? Dan Jansen. Look him up.
Speed skater.
Speed skater. Do you even know what speed skating is?
No.
Seriously?
You're kidding me.
Skating really fast.
Oh, my God. I can't anymore. When they go around the oval, they got the big
Like
long
ice
skates
skating?
on.
Oh, okay.
Like ice skating.
It's like ice skating.
Yeah, it's like it. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I can't even.
Besides the Olympics, when are they speed skating?
They got to have like world championships,
100%
right?
do, yeah.
Yeah, state. I bet there's state championships. I bet there's a whole world out there that we don't even know about.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to the curling.
Yeah. I feel like curling. I feel like, at least I watch speed skating. Those guys are athletes. I feel like.
Here we go.
There we go. You go to the gym, you're not necessarily an athlete.
I feel like the curlers, they could have a Bud Light in one hand and a cigarette in the other and still do the event.
Yeah.
And it
that'd
wouldn't
be
interfere.
interesting to
Yeah.
watch.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I feel. At least with speed skating. I mean,
Those guys are athletes.
yeah, they're
100%,
motoring.
Yeah.
I mean, their legs are like tree trunks.
Huge.
The curlers, their bellies are like tree trunks. Skid-a-boom.
How long does it take them?
To skate?
Yeah, like to do the 500.
Oh, that's a great question.
Seconds. 30.
Seconds.
No.
500?
I feel like the one of them is really long. They go for a long time.
Yeah.
They put their hand behind the
Yeah,
back.
they get the one arm swinging.
Yeah. Constantly crossing over. Their
Yeah.
blades are like this long.
The crossovers are amazing.
Oh, amazing crossovers. For hockey guys, we love those crossovers.
The speed skating sprints are a fun sport to watch.
Yeah. So we should
Like
quick.
100 meters?
Yeah. it's
yeah,
quick.
boom.
And they cut you off, and it's just strategy. It's good. It's fun.
So
People fall and you laugh because they train for.
I think there's a whole world out there of speed skating people. Can anybody tell me who the highest paid Massachusetts state employee is?
Oh,
Do you have any idea?
Can I throw some hints at you?
Well, I would be throwing hints at you
Okay.
because I asked the question.
I'm going to ask a question. You can say yes or no.
Okay.
Is it a state trooper?
No.
Oh, I was going to say
But
some sort of state police.
There is a state trooper that was in the top 10 or 15 or whatever I was looking at. He made himself, he's a detective lieutenant or lieutenant detective. We'll have to ask Johnny Cops to
I
clarify.
was to say, is
He
Johnny
made himself-
Cops in the running for
Johnny
this?
Cops doesn't listen to the show, so he's on my shit list.
It wouldn't be.
$450,000 is how much this lieutenant detective is making.
And so it's higher than that.
This guy's higher than that.
Guy.
And
Guy.
Okay.
much
Political?
much higher than
Not
that.
Mara Healy.
Much higher than that. Much.
Not woo.
She's not employed by the state. Oh my God.
Well,
She's not.
yeah, true.
City of Boston mayor. I'm going to give you one more question.
All right.
I'm going to give you a hint.
Okay.
Not a politician and not a professor or an administrator at any of the schools.
Not in law enforcement.
No.
Is it a public figure?
In some sense of the word, yeah.
Entertainer.
No.
Athlete.
Yeah, no, but in that field. If you're not an athlete, you're a
Coach.
coach.
But
The
employed
UMass,
by the
I'm just going to
state?
tell you because
Tell us, please.
the UMass Amherst
State school.
head football coach
No way.
makes $1.66 million.
What?
Yeah.
What?
of the top 10 state employees, 3 of them are coaches. The football coach at UMass, the hockey coach at UMass Amherst makes himself about $560,000 a year, and the head hockey coach at UMass Lowell makes about $450,000 a year, and they're in the top. They're in the top. I think the chancellor of UMass makes $800,000. The 166 that the football coach made was like almost double what the next person made.
That's wild.
Crazy, right? You don't even think of UMass football as like a big.
No.
For $1.6 million?
What division are they in? Are they D1?
Yeah, they're D1. I don't know if they still have that D1A.
Double A, yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, imagine that.
That's wild.
And how about being a hockey coach pulling down that dough?
Well, that guy won the national title a couple of years ago,
yeah,
right?
Carvel, Carvel, whatever his name is.
You should go for that job, Keithy.
Yeah, Keithy.
Well, I don't have no time. Definitely qualified.
Overqualified.
Definitely.
Overqualified. They would probably fire the guy they have now.
Everybody needs a Keithy.
Everybody needs a Keithy around. All right, you got any jokes, Keith?
I'm actually going to defer to our guest.
No.
Oh, yes.
I'm looking at her notebook over her shoulder, and it looks like she's got some jokes
You got
right
some
now.
jokes?
Did you see my horrid handwriting?
I saw something. Well, yes.
I'm looking at my jokes right now. I can't wait. Well, you got to tell a
wanna go
joke?
first,
No, I go
Matt?
last. That's not how it works. First of all, I'm in charge.
Keithy goes first.
Keithy goes first. So
already getting out of line here.
we go right to left, or left to right on your video
All
screen.
right, so the joke thing, people keep sending them to me, which is kind of
This is amazing. I love it. Do you like if you have like a fan base?
club.
Yeah.
Keith at crowdlending.com.
Who besides Gerald sends you jokes?
All kinds of people. You'd be surprised. So I got one here. Tonight we are having Himalayan rabbit stew for dinner. We found Himalayan in the road.
That was pretty good. That's a good one.
Hold on, I have to give credit for this one. So Jerry Moffat sent me this one. NASCAR used to have an Internet Explorer car.
NASA used to have an internet
NASCAR used to have a Internet
Explorer
car.
Okay.
But it kept crashing.
Oh, that was bad.
That's Jerry.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
All right. Only in America.
How many you got?
I'll stop.
No, give me one more.
All right. Well, this is kind of all right. Only in America can a pizza get to your house faster than an ambulance.
Ooh.
Only in America are there handicap parking places in front of skating rinks.
Okay. How many of these you got?
There's a lot.
Skip to your best 4.
Only in America do we have drive-up ATM machines with braille lettering.
That's a good point. That's a good point because they're not driving.
Only in America do we buy hot dogs in a package of 10 and buns in a package of 8.
Oh, that's marketing.
That is annoying, though.
It is. God bless you.
Bless you. Only in America do drugstores make the sick walk all the way to the back of the store to get their prescriptions.
Yeah. It's all about making money.
That's really, I don't really.
All right, on to the next.
Sorry.
Tori?
That was
Tori?
kind of, I don't know, Keithy.
Melodramatic, I know.
Expected better.
Yeah.
Like, usually I'm laughing.
Yeah.
you
The first one was funny. You should have stopped at the Himalayan rabbit.
Himalayan rabbit. T?
This is
really nice.
I gotta say,
handwriting.
this will be the first guest to have a joke.
Well, I told Root Beer the reason why I have these is because this season 4, episode 1,
Yeah.
you said to him, "Do you have any jokes?"
Yeah,
And I was
he
like,
didn't have one.
Oh my God, he never asked anyone else that.
Yeah.
So I
So you're preparing.
prepared last
I like
night.
it. That's hey, I'm with you.
We can just edit it out if it's not clean.
That's going to be, it's fine.
Okay. A Mexican magician.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
All right, keep
Can
going.
you have some
All right.
delivery with it? I mean, don't just read it out of your book. I mean,
No.
part of the whole joke is the delivery.
I already told Root Beer I laugh before I can even get it out. So I have to, this has to be very robotic.
Okay.
Do you want me to change
Nope,
it to
Irish.
Spanish speaking magician?
Just keep going. You're good.
A Mexican magician says he will disappear on the count of 3. Uno, dos, poof! He disappeared without a trace.
Oh. Wow, good one.
That was good.
All right, okay.
Do you want to try another one?
That gives you credit. You can have another one if you want.
All right.
She did that. Okay.
I feel like this is going to go down a rabbit hole with Keithy, but it's okay. Did you know that the Secret Service just had to change their protocol for when the president is in danger?
No.
Instead of yelling, get down, they have to yell, Donald Duck! All right, I'm out.
Wow.
Oh,
That was a great
wow. Wow.
Jeez.
All right, now just the pressure's on.
Man, the pressure is on. I hate tacos. Said no Juan ever.
We're on theme today.
Had my prostate exam the other day.
How'd that go, Danny?
Yeah, I got a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Oh man. Just talking to my wife the other day. I told her that her underwear were too tight and revealing. She told me to stop wearing them. Oh man. So go down. I go to the local church, right? So
I
I
do,
go
yeah.
down and the turns out the pastor wasn't there, so the pastor had skipped church that day, and he went down to play golf. So he left town. He went to a different golf course because he didn't want to get recognized. He told his assistant he wasn't feeling well, and he got to the first hole, and he hit his golf ball, and a big gust of wind came up behind him, carried the ball 450 yards right into the hole. And the angel and God are watching from above, and the angel looks at God and says, geez, what'd you do that for? God looks at him and goes, who's he going to tell? I like that one. I thought it was cute.
Cute.
I got one, but this one might get me in trouble, but I'm going to tell it anyway. So it's Thursday in class, and this teacher's got a class full of fourth graders, and she says to the fourth graders, all right, I'm going to give you guys a quote, and if you can tell me which president said the quote, I'll give you tomorrow off. So she says the first quote, we have nothing to fear but fear itself, and Sally's hand goes up, and she says, okay, Sally, who said that quote? Well, that was Franklin D. Roosevelt. And she says, you're right, Sally. Congratulations, you get tomorrow off. And Sally says, no, I'm Japanese. We cherish our education. I'll be here. So the teacher's like, well, that's very nice. Well, we'll give somebody else a try. So she says, all right, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Who said that? And Billy puts his hand up, and Billy says, JFK said that, Mrs. whatever her name is, Mrs. Smith. And she says, you're right, Billy. You get tomorrow off. And Billy says, I'm Mexican. We're hard workers. I'm going to be here. So in the back of the room, little Johnny screams, says under his breath, foreigners. And the teacher's head snapped around and says, who said that? Donald Trump. See you losers tomorrow. The best part of the joke is, see you losers tomorrow. It's actually Monday. I screwed it up, but that's okay. All right. Well, I think that's all we got for jokes.
Wow.
We went a little bit off the rails there.
That's good. It's
Yeah.
once in a while to do that, Danny.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
keep it fresh.
Making fun of Donald Trump, which I support, I think. I don't know. I don't know who I support.
No, we don't need to get into that.
But
Dan.
we're going to get into Tory now. That didn't sound right.
I think someone already did.
Hey! Oh, my God. We're losing it. We're off the rails.
Oh, boy.
Okay, Tory. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Your jokes were great.
Thanks.
We love your shoes. And where were you born?
I was born in Newton.
Okay.
I did not grow up there, though. That
Okay.
was just where the hospital was.
Newton. So we talk about this on the podcast. She's really.
Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
this is having
This
like
is-
having a guest that is on point. So you were born in the Newton Wellesley Hospital, I
Yeah.
presume?
Yeah.
Okay. And but were living where at the time?
But went home to Plymouth.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a long way.
Yes.
Why did you go to Newton? Any reason? They know somebody up there?
Yeah. That's who my mom.
Wanted to go up there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we went to where did we go? Children's?
St. Elizabeth's.
No.
I don't think you delivered at Children's
No.
unless there
What's
was
up? Well, what else is up there? All my kids are healthy. Knock on wood.
Brigham,
Brigham.
Mass General.
Brigham. Mass General? We went to one of those. There was like a Panera or something in the lobby, I remember. I ate Italians for like 3 days straight. It was delicious. That's when Panera had good Italians. Remember? Panera stinks, by the way.
I like their mac and cheese. And
Do you like Panera?
blocky cheddar soup?
I haven't been to Panera in a long time.
Panera stinks. They've let themselves go. I'm mad at you,
Is there
Panera.
one around here that you go to?
Thank God they're not sponsoring us.
No, well, there was one in
Hanover.
there's one in Marshfield at exit. It's not exit 12 anymore. It's
Yeah.
what's it, 22
Oh.
now. Anyway, so you grew up in Plymouth
Yes.
with who?
With my mom, my dad, and my older brother.
Oh, how much older?
4 years.
Okay.
Until like 4th grade, my parents got divorced, but we stayed in Plymouth.
Okay.
And then 7th grade, we moved to Duxbury.
Okay. Oh, so let's talk. So is she an OFD?
No, I think 7th grade's too far.
Yeah. So you don't qualify for all the benefits of the OFD. I don't either.
No,
I know it's hard not being an original.
it's
What
tough.
are the benefits?
I was going to
Oof.
ask that too.
Oh well, they give you $1 million when you turn 21. The town does.
To
Yeah.
town.
Yeah, they give you a Jeep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a beach sticker.
Mhm. And a lab.
So, public schools.
Public schools. However, that is one of the reasons why we moved, because my brother went to Plymouth North, and my mom said, if we stay here, you, meaning me, have to go to a private high school.
Okay. You didn't want to do that?
No, we were looking.
Yeah.
But we looked at this house, and I was like, Mom, I think we should move here.
Really?
Yeah.
So you were the nudge that.
And some of our family members had lived in
Duxbury.
Duxbury already. So
Okay. So you were
we knew
familiar
the
with
town.
the town.
Yeah.
Familiar with the town. But Plymouth's a wonderful town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have the small town feel.
No. It's more areas, right? In Plymouth.
Right.
You know, like at the waterfront. Then you got down by Pine Hills. You know.
Yeah, which is a whole nother world.
Yeah, a whole nother world. Okay. So do you play any sports growing up?
I did all the Tball, coach pitch, the whole thing.
Yeah. Love it.
Basketball, tennis. Our family was always big skiers.
Okay.
And I also was a ballet dancer.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I would say.
Soccer too. That was probably
Yeah,
our
soccer's not a
biggest,
real
actually.
sport. I will say this, like skiing is such a wonderful life skill to have. You'd never want to be in a room and be like, oh, everyone's going skiing. And you're like, oh, I can't go.
I don't know how to.
I don't know how to.
Yeah.
You want to be able to be like, yeah, I'm in. Let's go. Let's rent skis. Let's do what we got to do. I'm all in. So luckily I was able to, my kids before hockey got crazy, skied enough that they are proficient at
to
it.
learn how to skate.
Yeah. They're not excellent. They can handle, most, I would say all the blues and probably a few blacks.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Just
Perfect.
participate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you ski like every weekend? What was the amount of skiing that was going on in your life?
Yeah, we skied almost every weekend.
Really?
My grandparents lived in Sugarbush
Oh, wow.
Valley. My dad was a big skier, so he pushed it. And my brother or I, we don't even remember learning. We were so young.
Just skied your whole
Yeah,
life.
probably 2 or 3.
Yeah, my grandparents had a house and we skied at a little tiny mountain called Moose Mountain, but it was the same for us. Like we would just go up there, they would take us to the mountain and be like, see you at 4:00.
Yeah.
And figure out lunch. And
Right.
lunch was like, you had brought a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or something. Or if you're lucky,
Oh,
you got like a chili or
We were
something.
never allowed to buy lunch.
Yeah, because it cost as much as the ticket.
Yeah,
and the food was terrible.
Yeah.
So you had the little packed lunch.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
How did you
That's good
ski
living.
and play hockey?
So a great question, and I don't know how they coexisted, other than to say I think my parents probably lied and said I didn't have hockey games as a kid.
Oh, like lied to you.
Yeah. And we're like, we're going skiing. You're not missing anything. Don't worry about it. But I would say we stopped skiing. I'm the youngest of 4. So we stopped skiing when I was probably in 6th or 7th grade.
Okay.
Because everybody kind of, like my older 2 siblings were kind of aged out. And one was at college. One was probably on her way to college. So we did not ski in high school at all. Did you ski all the way through high school?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah, because I didn't play a high school sport that interfered with skiing.
So you played soccer.
No, in high school, I just played tennis.
Tennis. Is that a fall or a spring sport?
Spring.
So you played tennis for Duxbury.
Yes.
Okay. Were they good?
We were okay.
Yeah. That doesn't sound very convincing.
We always made the playoffs.
Yeah, you made the
The
tournament.
tournament.
Okay.
I was the only freshman to make the varsity team.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
so you know.
Oh, just so you know. Tennis, again, life sport to me.
Yes.
I can't play tennis. I mean, I can play tennis, but I can't serve. So, like, I'm a little embarrassed by the whole serving part of it. Like, I don't have that nice.
Yeah.
Remember when Michael Chang won the U.S. Open in 1988? No, you weren't even alive. Do you remember that?
I do.
He pulled a muscle in his back, and he couldn't overhand serve. So he won. He won the U.S. Open, the finals of the U.S. Open, serving essentially like just getting it over the net.
Are you allowed to do that?
Yes.
You are.
Yeah, you can serve however you want. I think you. I don't think you can.
You just can't bounce it.
Can't bounce it, right? So he would throw it. He threw. You don't remember that?
I don't remember that. No.
Michael Chang.
No,
I think it was 88.
I remember him.
Yeah.
I love tennis.
It's a great sport.
My father was a big tennis player.
Really?
Strangely enough, yeah.
He looks like he would be.
Yeah.
Did you play tennis, Keithy?
No. No, I mean, we did.
I mean, like, could you play tomorrow?
Oh, yeah, 100%. My serves
Because he's an athlete.
Yeah, if you can be an athlete, be an athlete. Just go and do what you have to do. You just do it.
Yeah. Let's get it done.
It's done.
You know?
Throw the ball up and hit it. I mean,
I would go play tennis,
What do we
but I'd probably say my back hurts, so I can't do the overhand, and I just
get
start
the knee surgery.
Do you play, like, paddle or any
I don't
sort
play any.
We haven't
I'm
gone down the paddle road yet.
I'm so afraid to
We're
play
close.
paddle or pickle or any of
because
those.
of injuries?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I just feel like I'm going to blow out a knee.
Yeah, you
We're
Yeah.
going to try it this summer.
We are?
Yeah.
pickle?
Yeah, okay.
Andy and I are.
My friend who has been on the show, Dan Callista, he has an indoor pickle court
Mr. Callista.
at a barn he's got in Kingston. He
There we
put it-
go.
Oh,
Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat.
that sounds fun.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
fun. So other than tennis and skiing, any teachers, any coaches that sort of stick out in your brain? Any employee, when you do working at the flower shop and you really liked your employee or something? I don't know, employer? No, your boss? Any bosses?
So this goes back. This isn't high school. This goes back to Tball
Love it.
age.
Love a good T-ball coach.
I had a coach. He was also a family friend. They had 5 kids. We all kind of lined up in ages. And
But there's only 2 of you.
I know, but like his oldest and my brother, and then they had another one, and then the middle one lined up,
Right.
So he was our T-ball coach, and
What was his name?
Mitch Galonic.
Okay.
I remember him saying, like, gathering us around. I don't know. How old are you at T-ball? 5?
6, 5, 6. Finney just.
I was 8, but I think Finn was 4.
You're young. You're pretty young. I mean, you don't know exactly what's going on.
Right.
And he said to all of us, how do you catch a ball? And, we all have our gloves and our hands are so little. It's like, doesn't fit. And we're like,
Sure.
our gloves. Nope. Your hands. Nope. Your arm. Nope. He was like, you catch a ball with your eyes.
Love it.
He was like, close your eyes and see if you can catch this ball. And, of course, he probably just like threw it behind him or something.
Right.
But we still say that to this day in our house.
That's how you
Like-
catch a ball.
Well, yeah, like you keep your eye on the prize, or
Yeah.
you got to open your eyes. You got to, it's paying attention.
Yeah, I like it. So
Nice nudge.
it's a nice nudge
Yeah.
from T-ball.
T-ball. Back
See,
in the
there you
day.
go. For all you coaches out there, you don't know the effects of your words and what they can have on somebody. Right, Root Bear? You paying attention?
Right, yeah. Taking notes.
Oh, got it. That's a nice story.
Yeah.
I like
Good
that.
nudge.
Yeah.
I will say I know I already said I was the only freshman to make the varsity team, but
Twice.
it's different because
2 times.
we didn't have, there's no freshman tennis.
Right.
There's no JV tennis.
Right.
So at the time, and I don't even think this exists anymore, at the time there was like another volunteer who was just like, all right, all these girls that didn't make the varsity team, you know, they'll come like kind of hit with me, but there's only one set of courts,
Right.
which means they probably walked to the library or something.
Yeah.
It was non-existent.
Right.
But I think that he believed if I went to that, like walk into the library,
You were done.
I was probably done.
Yeah.
But I think he believed that there was something there. And I got to be with the varsity players and
Yeah.
learn how it works. And
It's important stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always, as you know, Keithy and I coach the girls hockey team, and it's always nice to see the progression of a player and a person from 14 to 18. It's such high development age of their lives, right? And you see these young girls turn into essentially women when they walk out the door, and that's what happened with you. And that tennis coach gave you an opportunity.
Yeah,
a nice little nudge. You would have quit. You probably would have been smoking cigarettes out behind the school.
I definitely would have been miserable. I probably just would have gone back to the Kingsbury Club or whatever I was and played with the pro that I was playing with or something.
So was the Kingsbury Club around then?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Really?
That's where I played off season.
Yeah. So because you're 30. What? So you're 34. Kingsbury Club went in just about when. Yeah, because it would have been 20 years ago.
It was before the bog, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was before.
Yeah, it was before the bog.
Yeah.
But you think it didn't go in until?
No. I'm basing it on when I moved to Duxbury, which was 05, which is 19 years ago.
Okay.
And the Kingsbury Club was there, and at the time the bog was there,
Mm.
and they were building the second rink. They were raising money. When I moved to town, they were raising money to build that second rink at the bog. And Duxbury, the town of the residents of Duxbury raised a lot of that money to build that rink. And part of the deal was the bog is supposed to take care of Duxbury youth hockey.
Preferred ice, yeah.
Yeah, that was all part of the deal.
Yep.
And so at some point when I was in high school, that was the new rink.
That was the new rink.
So in between 04 to 07.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So you go to Duxbury High,
Yes.
just dominate on the courts. I mean, from freshman year on, just an absolute beast out there.
Well, and I actually didn't even play freshman year because you have first, second, third singles, you have first doubles and second doubles, and that's it.
So you were outside that.
So when matches would finish, they would whoever you were playing, you would go out and play Situate, but it didn't count. It was just to get practice.
Just to get practicing.
Yeah.
But eventually you cracked the lineup, right?
Sophomore year.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Came right back and cracked that lineup. Did you get elected captain?
Yes.
You should have been. The only freshman that makes it, the longest tenured player. That's an easy one for the coach.
Yeah.
So that's nice that you were the captain of the team.
Yeah. He was my math teacher too. Algebra.
Wow.
I loved algebra. Did very well.
I know you did.
I was
great.
a super smart 4-year varsity captain athlete.
No, I'm not. I didn't say that.
No, you didn't have to. I put it all together.
Geometry? No,
No.
out
Algebra.
the window. Algebra. It's the formulas.
That's a useless math.
Yes, I will say I was a psychology major, and I had to take psychology statistics, and it did help.
It did.
I mean, for that
Narrow.
for that major, I don't use
But
it
like now, I mean,
yeah, no, I don't.
I'm not solving for X on a daily basis, but I am using math every day.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah, you use
I'm
math
not-
all the time. Math's
yeah.
everywhere, right? I mean, math is literally everywhere. You calculate how long it's going to take you to get somewhere, you're using math.
Well,
Calculate how much something costs, how much to tip somebody, right? It's all math. You're using math constantly, but you're only using addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Right?
right.
You're not using solve for X. I mean, I don't even, do you use geometry? I mean, maybe a little bit in hockey, a little bit like banking it off the boards. There's some geometry there, but like you're not solving for the angle. At least I'm not in my profession. Are you in your profession? What is your profession?
No, I'm not using geometry. Sometimes I solve for X though.
You do?
Yeah.
Give me an example.
Oh, boy.
I am a real estate agent for Caldwell Banker.
Okay.
And sometimes, they say, well, can we discount this $2,000? And I'm trying to solve for what the percentage of it is of that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just simple.
Yeah. But that's solving for X. That's algebra.
Yeah.
100%.
Very good, Tori.
Yeah. Good
Gotcha.
answer.
Thanks, Kate.
Wow.
By the way, the answer is usually yes. We'll deduct it by the 2,000. And then the agent should get together and say, I'll take a little less of mine, you take a little less on yours, and just get the deal done.
Yeah, correct.
Right?
I have to say, though, is it last episode you said that everyone at the closing table is always very happy?
For the most part.
Yeah. I find so before COVID, you all met at the Registry of Deeds.
Yeah.
You were all around the table.
Yeah.
I don't know what changed, but I am so glad that we are not all around the table because usually I am trying to keep the buyers and sellers away from each other.
Because they're fighting over whether or not the trim in the living room was done properly.
Or the microwave that
Yeah.
was already excluded, but they felt like it was built in and it really wasn't. You
Yeah.
know, it's
And it's a $200 microwave that they could go down.
right.
Right?
Or the big thing now is the mounted TVs.
Oh, yeah.
The bracket is affixed,
Yeah.
so that goes with the house.
That's a fixture. Yep.
Technically, the TV is not. It's attached to the bracket.
Oh, my God. That's like a law school problem. That was a big thing in law school.
Well-
What's a fixture? What's not a fixture?
We make sure in the purchase and sale agreement that those kind of things are spelled out because people freak out at the end.
So I'm going to take this opportunity to tell everybody that that right there, that little thing right there is why you need an experienced real estate agent or real estate broker when you do a deal. I practiced law and I was a real estate attorney from 2009 to 2017. Did exclusively closings, P&Ss, all that stuff. I've been out of the game now. That game, I'm in this game, which is real estate too, but I'm not closing loans. I'm not doing P&Ss. I'm not doing offers to purchase. If I picked up tomorrow and did that, I would not know that. Right?
Yeah.
And I've been
Right.
and I've closed 1,000 loans. No exaggeration. As a real estate attorney. But because I've been out of the game since that became an issue, I wouldn't know that because I'm now inexperienced in that world. You have that experience. So if you have somebody that's experienced on your side that's going to make sure, hey, you have 5 TVs, the total value of those TVs is $2,000. If you don't put this in here, you're going to lose your TVs.
Right.
Simple. So that's why you need an experienced real estate agent.
Thanks, Nudge.
You're welcome. Crowd lending sponsored. So there we go. We talked about real estate. But let's back up. We're way like beyond.
We got solving for X and why I solve for X.
Yeah,
Occasionally.
amazing. Sometimes solve for Y. Just kind of when I'm feeling crazy on like a Friday. But woo, I'm gonna solve for Y today. No X's in my life. So Duxbury High School to where?
To Hobart College.
Hobart College.
Full
So
name
obviously,
is
like
Hobart and Williams.
all those high end, like UNC wasn't calling to play tennis or anything. They weren't calling you to.
No, I think I didn't have the confidence
No.
to even go that route.
So Hobart William Smith.
Hobart and William Smith Colleges is the technical name.
Hobart and William Smith
Yes.
Is there an S on Smith's?
No.
was
There's an S on colleges though.
was one
Ah.
the women's college and one was the men's college, and then they combined forces.
Correct. So Hobart was the men's college. William Smith was the female college, and
Okay.
then they combined. And
They should have combined the name.
Smith.
well, the craziest part is my diploma says William Smith College.
Because that's the college that you graduated from.
Yes, but academics were mixed.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I was in a female only class.
Right.
They changed that though a year or two after I graduated, and now apparently the diplomas do say Hobart and William Smith colleges.
Got it. And that's where? New York?
Upstate New York.
Got it. They actually have a decent women's hockey program now.
And men's.
And men's, yeah.
Men's, I knew. I didn't know that they had a decent women's.
Yeah.
They've always had field hockey.
Yep.
They've won a national championship, and soccer were good, but I didn't know women's hockey.
Yeah, it's coming along. There's a girl from Hanover that's the goalie up there, actually.
Oh. And they are the William Smith Herons.
Yes.
They are not
What is a heron?
a bird.
Bird.
Oh. Wouldn't that be a heron?
Heron.
Heron?
Yeah, it's tomato.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't think it is, though.
No, I don't. No. Yes, it is. You're right. It's tomato.
Whose side are you on?
It's a tough one today. I'm Switzerland today.
You participated in my wedding.
I did.
did?
I will revoke
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I was chief usher.
Yeah.
Well, don't they usually give that to like an 8-year-old?
Oh.
No, there was no children at our wedding.
Who's more perfect than that than me?
An 8-year-old at heart. Okay.
He got a boutonniere too.
Of course he did. He probably loved it.
Cried a little bit. It was great.
He was the man for the job.
As he usually is, Tori. As he usually is.
Okay,
Whether you
so
have to move something or you need an usher for your wedding.
Or you need your packages brought in when you're on your honeymoon.
I thought you were going to say something. Okay. So why did you pick that school?
You know, I knew you were going to ask this, and I don't really have an answer.
Okay.
I just know that when I was touring schools, we toured it in the summertime, which that's the only time to tour it because otherwise it's
Gray.
gray. And so it was probably June or July.
Yeah.
And it's on Seneca Lake, which is one of the Finger Lakes. It's huge.
Yeah.
You got your water presence. It was absolutely gorgeous. And I just felt like
That was it.
these are my people.
Yeah.
I could go here. Now, my stepsister did go to William Smith. She played field hockey for them.
Okay.
But she's 10 years older than I am, so it's not like I ever experienced,
Right.
you know, going there with her or anything like that.
Right. So you walked on the campus and said, this is... So it was a gut.
It was a gut.
Yeah. It was an internal... We call that an internal nudge here on the show.
Oh, okay.
Internal nudge.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people have external nudges. A lot of people have internal
I have an
nudges.
external nudge every morning.
And... and some people have both. You seem to have both, is what I was trying to say, Keith. Okay, before I was rudely interrupted. So you go 4 years,
Yes.
no extra time. You didn't go overtime. You didn't go five. You didn't do you went on the 5-year plan.
I was on the 4-year plan and a study abroad program in
Ooh.
junior year.
Where'd you go?
Hong Kong.
Oh, wow, that's different.
Yeah.
Usually people say Paris or Italy or London.
So
Hong
they're-
Kong. Why did you go to Hong Kong?
At least they're big proponents of going abroad. Basically, if you don't go abroad, you're either academically on probation, socially on probation, or you're playing a sport that doesn't allow you to.
Yeah.
And you had to go to a school that had your major.
Okay.
And so there was only a couple options for the psychology major.
Okay.
Now, everyone else I was with from Hobart was either an econ or business major
Sure.
for Hong Kong. But
So why did you pick psychology? It's right up there with my sociology degree,
Yeah.
so I'm interested to know.
well, I had
Sounds like you might not have used your eyes like that Tball, and you just kind of picked one.
was Doc.
I'm gonna take psychology. Does anybody know what psychology is? I'm gonna take psychology classes.
I took psychology in senior year of high school.
Okay.
Doc Sull, he is a legend.
Oh yeah.
I wish Keithy went. I'm sure he was there when he taught forever.
Was it Doc Saul?
Well, Dr.
Saul.
Sullivan.
Sully.
Oh, okay.
Sully.
Sully.
Doc Sully.
Don't know that name.
Yeah, no, me neither.
And he took psychology. And
He taught psychology. You took psychology.
okay, thank you for
You're
that.
welcome. You're welcome for that.
He taught psychology.
Never miss an opportunity.
Nope.
And it was like it was like this is my kind of, this is what I like.
So there's the nudge.
Yeah,
Doc Sull was the nudge that led you to take psychology in college.
correct.
Which is how you ended up in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Correct, because I don't
See what
think
we're doing here?
yeah,
You should thank Doc Sull. Think he's alive?
he is alive.
Yeah. Should give him a call.
Yeah.
How was Hong Kong?
Would he remember you?
I don't know. He taught for so long, maybe.
Yeah. He'd lie to you anyway if he did.
Yeah, of course.
I know. I remember. You sat in the front row.
No, that wasn't me.
No, I probably did, and I liked having the last name Anderson because they would go in alphabetical order, and I liked being up front. I needed.
You needed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I dreaded that because Carter with the C, I was always up front also.
And you dreaded it.
Yeah, and I always
Hold
just
on a
sit in the
second.
back.
Did we move the sneakers to the set?
Just noticed.
Oh, I didn't tell you that they're sponsoring this week.
Municipal clothing line for all your clothing needs.
Yeah.
Municipal.
And if you would like to know about them, you should contact Emily Carter.
Yeah, at her email address
At her email address.
or her cell phone number.
Or
Do you
just-
know your wife's cell phone number?
781-630. I know the last four. Yeah.
Okay, you do. Do you know your husband's?
Just starting to.
Okay. So you're newly married?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there. I know my wife's. It's just, so you know, 617-610.
got it.
How long has she had that number that you've?
Since the minute I met her.
Yeah. So, like, I know my mom's.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
I know
know.
my dad's. I don't know my mom's.
I know both. Yeah.
I don't know
Of
my mom's.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Mama's boy.
Oh,
over
yo,
here.
big time mama's boy. Should have heard him on the phone over here yesterday. She was getting her hair done or something. He was like talking her through it. Amazing.
My husband and I live on the street that Keith grew up on and Keith's parents live.
Yeah.
So I love to text him when I see his car there.
Swing
It's
by.
usually daily.
Yeah. Dude, moving the mulch or cutting the lawn or trimming the hedges or shoveling the driveway. It's always something over there.
Whenever mom calls, you know,
Jump.
You jump.
Yep. All right. So you go to college, 4 years, psychology degree. You get out and you are going to fix some people. What are you going to do?
No.
So now it's 2011.
Yes.
Okay.
My minor was media and society. which
Okay.
was
It's an amazing combination.
Random.
Yeah.
But when I tell you what we kind of focused on to the next jump, you'll see. So a lot of the things we looked at in media and society was like, let's say it was a political resignation and analyzing their resignation and body language and what they said, etc.
And how they said it.
And how they said it.
Yeah.
So it was very early on in my psychology career where I realized the level of schooling for what you get paid was
It's not commiserate.
no,
Yeah.
even just a social, not just, that's God's work, but a social worker.
Yeah.
I mean,
Can't make any money.
No.
Yeah. It's hard. That's a hard job.
the only thing I knew after school was that I wanted to be in New York City.
Okay.
And so most of the people that go to Hobart are not from Massachusetts.
Yeah.
They're from New York,
New Jersey.
New Jersey, Connecticut. And
Trifecta.
and they only have one city.
Yeah. New York.
Correct.
And they all go.
And they all go.
And you went.
Yeah.
You followed
They're
them
my
there.
friends.
Yeah. I'm coming. Wait for me.
We're continuing
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. This is
this
not
journey.
ending.
Yeah.
This is not ending this little party thing we got going on here.
Right,
We're
yeah.
taking this thing to New York City. We're actually going to step it up. We're going this way. Right? What do you do in New York?
So I started as an intern, and that was defined because it was only, I think it was 5 days a week, but it was part-time. And this woman who was an NBC News anchor started this communications consultancy, coaching C-suite executives on media interviews, presentations, things like that.
Okay.
So she would coach them on what you say and how you say it.
Got it.
And so I started as the intern. Then I got promoted to executive assistant.
Like really quick, I bet.
2 weeks.
Given your tennis experience, you're probably right to the top.
And then I was promoted to her business manager.
Oh, wow.
And I was the only employee. Well, when I got to the point of business manager, I was the only employee.
So you got the job because nobody else was there?
Right.
No,
So,
there was a business manager.
What
when
business did you manage? It was just you and her.
Sounds like a personal assistant to me.
I ran the books.
So mad at me right now.
Glorified
I
secretary.
ran the books. Okay?
Is that what it sound like?
All
No,
of them.
not at all.
I ran all the books.
Well,
Okay? Down to the library when it had to be returned.
When she said, "Can you run these books to the library?"
I ran them right down there.
You guys are brutal. Like, I feel like you've been so gentle with your other guests.
Oh, that's not true.
That's not true.
So, excuse me, her accounting, I should say.
We're kidding.
know.
I believe that you accelerated your career with this woman. How long were you in New York?
Almost 7 years.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Enough to burn out.
Yeah. That's a long time in New York City. So one of my regrets in life is having never lived in New York City.
Okay.
I wish I had gone for like a year or two, but I think that's when I visit there. And even, you say now, well, you're old, you're not, howling at the moon anymore. But even when I was younger, like I went to a college where there was a bunch of New York people there. So I would go down to New York City all the time for a football game, whatever it was, and then would go out to the city and would party until 4 or 5 in the morning. And like after 2 days, I'm like, this place would eat me alive.
That's how my brother was when he came to visit.
Yeah, it would. And I don't know if it was because I didn't live there, so I didn't adjust. But I just always felt like in the back of my mind, this place would eat me alive. And then when I was 35, I'm like, you know what? I wish I had just gone there and lived there for 1 year, 18 months, right? Take like a stupid job, but I didn't do it. But you did it for 7 years. That's a marathon.
It's a marathon, and probably only enjoyed 4 or 5 of them.
The last couple, you were like,
I was burnt out.
I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
So have you met your future husband yet at this point?
Not romantically.
Oh.
Good answer.
Wow.
Good answer.
He is my best friend's brother.
Oh, wow. Dun, dun.
So I knew him.
Wow.
He's
older or younger?
He is older.
Significantly?
8.5 years.
Oh, wow. That's
So
quite the delta.
It's not like we didn't like go to high school together or
Right.
anything. But I was
College.
Or college.
Yeah.
I was a part of their family.
Right.
Like Katie and I have been best friends since 7th grade. So I knew him.
Yeah.
No, we had not met yet.
How long had you been looking at him starry-eyed before anybody knew?
Not that long.
You just made your move. You were like, I'm coming back. I'm coming back from New York and I'm making my move.
No. He was not on my radar.
He wasn't.
No, not at all.
Okay.
He was married.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, he was married?
He was married.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is there more to that story?
Sweet woman.
No, we're not going there. Okay. So
I
burn out of
burn
New York. Now in New York, give me a quick what's your living situation? Are you living with other girls? Are you in a 200 square foot apartment? Like what was the situation?
I loved the apartment. I was there the whole time.
It's one apartment.
One apartment.
What part of New York?
Upper East Side.
Okay.
I had my gym. I had my cleaners. I had it was like a full neighborhood.
Right
I loved
there.
it. I did.
You must have got to know everybody there,
Yeah.
and I mean, you're there 7 years. That's a long time.
It was a true 3-bedroom, 2 full baths.
Oh wow.
It's big.
Yeah. Nice living space. We were on the 5th floor. It did have an elevator, which was great.
Wow.
I think there was only 6 or 7 floors. It wasn't like a high rise.
So it wasn't the same people there for 7 years.
No. So it started with a really good friend from college and then her friend from home. That went on for a couple years. One leaves. We get another roommate. But I was
But you were the staple.
I was the staple.
Yeah. So sooner or later you were like, well, this is my apartment and you guys are living here. That's pretty much what it came down to, right?
You know me so well.
Yeah, because that's how I would have been like, my apartment, my rules, okay?
Yeah,
and make sure your check is here on the 1st.
my mom had decorated it.
Yeah.
We had nice furniture and yeah, it was great.
Everybody's at the bar like, I wish I could live with Tori. Her place is amazing. So have you seen it? Oh my God, they decorated it so nice. So 7 years, you move back to Duxbury?
Yes. So I wake up one day and I say to myself,
Self?
Self.
I'm moving to Duxbury.
I was like, no, I can't do this anymore.
What part of it couldn't you do? Just the total rat race, all of it.
The rat race, the 24, it was a 24/7 job, which included traveling, and a lot of times that was on the weekends.
So that they're talking about so do you have the same job for 7 years? Oh man.
Intern to executive
Business
assistant
manager.
to business manager.
Yeah.
but
To owner.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got it.
We
We
got
got
it.
it, Tory. She
Yeah.
already told us.
Captain of the tennis team. We got it.
And I know you guys are gonna make fun of me, but we were with big clients.
Oh no, I believe it. I honestly I do. But that's so the job burnt you out. As much as the city, or was it the city or the job?
The job burnt me out, but the city burnt me out as well.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if I was doing something different, would I have stayed longer? But would I have wanted to be there my whole life? I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, you're just running hard and fast all the time. I feel like in that city, like you get out get like a sandwich. It's like you feel like you're in a rat race.
And
People everywhere.
if you're not pushing and protecting yourself on the subway, you're trampled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's not for me. So you moved back to Duxbury in so now we're
2018.
18.
So my mom is a real estate agent for Coldwell Banker.
Yeah.
I say to myself,
Self.
Good.
so annoying.
Good, Tory.
You're catching on.
I want something with more flexibility.
Yeah.
Like I've watched her do this. She makes a very good living, and she was there for us, to go to the tennis match.
Yeah.
She could do that.
Yep.
And
Beauty
it
of real
wasn't
estate.
just you had to show up at 8:30 because you had to, and you had to be there the day before Christmas because you had to.
Yeah.
And so I called her and I said, I want to come home, but I promise I have something I want to do.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay. I was like, what if I get my real estate license? And she was like, are you sure?
Yeah.
I said, yeah. I said, I've looked it up. I can do it online. So some of it is on demand, some of it's in person,
Sure.
but the in person is on video.
Yep.
So you had to be there, but you could be on video.
Right.
And so the only thing I couldn't do from New York was take the test.
Okay.
So I did that, quit my job, moved home in the summer of 2018, took the test probably, I don't know, August, I think.
Now, and so you've been in real estate since.
Mhm.
So going on 5.5.
5.5.
5.5,
exactly.
almost 6 years. Same company.
Coldwell Banker.
Okay. And at some point you meet your now husband.
Yes. So 3 years ago, I was dating someone.
Mm-hmm.
I had heard through his sisters that his relationship was not going so well.
Right.
But I didn't think it was over.
Yeah.
But I was just like, oh, that's sad. Like,
Yeah.
he's such a nice guy.
She saw an opening and she went for it.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. So
So I was driving down the street with my then boyfriend. I pushed him out of the car.
I went right to his house.
I think he's okay. The
And
ex-boy-
now
I don't know though.
We're married and I'm pregnant.
Next topic.
So I bring the person I was dating to Katie's birthday party, hosted by her sisters.
I think I was there.
You were there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Brian comes alone.
Yep.
And I did look at his hand, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh, no ring.
No
Maybe
ring.
this really,
It's go time.
Light bulb.
yeah.
Go time.
But I introduced him to my
Boyfriend at the time.
boyfriend at the time, and I thought he was going to spit on him. And I was like, what? That's really weird.
You thought
Like,
who was going to spit on who?
I thought Brian was going to spit on the guy.
Oh, really?
And Keithy can attest, he's not like that.
He's not
Yeah.
a spitter.
No.
Okay.
He's very gentle. He's very kind, like
Nice guy.
nice guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's really interesting. And then a week
So you
later,
read his body language because of your psychology degree.
Boom.
See that?
Yep.
Nudge.
Oh my God, nudge. Boom. Real lifetime nudge right there. Real time, I meant.
and he'll tell you that
Real lifetime time. Real.
he'll tell you that he heard that I was back and kind of figured that, single, and then
Ready to mingle.
he has to meet the boyfriend.
Oh, so he was pissed. So he went there with a purpose.
Oh,
He says that.
really?
You were on the radar already?
I was on his radar.
Wow.
Ooh.
Brian.
I think the friend laid the groundwork.
Yeah.
The sisters,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So a week later, the guy I was dating breaks up with me.
Just he broke up with you?
Yeah.
Because of the whole spitting thing? Or?
No. I don't even think he had a clue of what was going on
Were
there.
you kind of pumped? Were you like, yes?
No.
No,
I
you're
was-
heartbroken.
No, yeah. And like you look back on it and you're like, oh my God.
That was a loser.
Like, why did I? But at the time.
Yeah, you're heartbroken.
Yeah. And
Just moved home. You're living in your mother's basement. You're not making any real money. Boyfriend just broke up with you. I mean, you got nothing going on.
couldn't have said it better myself.
Dead on, actually.
I mean, it's just a dark time in my life. COVID's about to hit. Like, what's going on around here?
So I kind of jokingly said to my mom, I wonder if Brian would go on a rebound date.
His rebound or your rebound?
Well, both.
Double rebound.
Double rebound.
Best kind.
Phew. That's a win-win.
Oh, yeah. I was
So,
going to say something. I'm going to bite my tongue right now.
so 2 weeks later, his sister, my best friend Katie, hosts a baby shower for one of our friends, Kelsey. And if you've ever been to a Moylan party, the event always lasts way longer than the event.
Yeah.
So now it's like 4 o'clock. It started at 11. I'm still there.
Right. Of course you are.
And
New York City
Drunk.
style.
Katie invites, now everyone's left. It's more just like inner circle.
Sure.
And Katie, no, there's one thing first. I say to Kelly, his other sister, at this baby
So
shower.
Kelly's Jerry's wife.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it. Now I'm putting it together.
Okay.
All right.
I say to Kelly, do you think your brother would go on a rebound date?
Oh, so you're
and,
working it.
And she says, I don't think it would be a rebound for him. I'm afraid he would fall in love.
Oh, and he did.
He's so red.
Oh, I can't
So-
wait for the watch party.
This is going to be epic.
So I'm there too long, but I was there. He shows up. So his other sister was like, hey, we're all just hanging out. Why don't you come over?
Just pop on by.
And I'm like,
Wear something nice.
well, I was already in my...
Not you. That's
Yeah,
right.
okay.
Him.
So at this point, we need food.
Yep.
Where do you go?
Thanks.
Take out Sanks.
Of course.
And the girls get to go.
Okay.
Normally, the guys
Guys
get
go,
to go,
yeah.
and they leave the ladies at home with
Yeah,
the children.
Of course.
The girls get to go. And he snuck his way in the girls' car.
Oh, wow.
Brian.
So Brian comes to Sanks. And I don't remember this part, but they'll tell you that I dropped something, and we were at like a high top, and I dropped something off the stool and got up to get it.
You started making out?
No.
Oh.
And he was like, no, I'll get it. And apparently like put his arm around my waist.
Ah,
I think they were like,
that was his move.
Yeah.
and then,
And then you started making out?
no,
And he left it there?
I don't
It
know.
lingered.
Maybe.
Yeah, it lingered.
And so we get back home, and then that night I leave. He leaves, obviously. He slid into my DM
Sliding into the DMs.
and said, would you like to get a late night cocktail?
Oh, same
That
day.
night?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Wasted no time.
Yeah,
And
you don't
I-
have time to waste
Lock
at that
it
point.
up.
Keep the momentum going.
Yeah.
I'm at my parents' home. I'm like, no, sorry, I can't tonight. But like, I probably said, like, how about a rain check? He's like, all right, you know where to find me. Rest is history.
And now,
But we were secretive for a good month.
yeah.
But everyone knew.
Everybody knew.
Everyone knew.
Everyone planted it.
Yeah, they all set it
They
up.
only sort of knew we hid my car. So they would drive by, but they never saw my car there.
Interesting.
Yep.
And now your real estate career is taken off.
Yeah.
You're
Thanks.
married
Yep. We got married in June.
just this past June.
Just this past June. June 10th.
First child on the way.
Yes. She's due in June.
What?
In March.
In March. March what?
6th.
Oh,
Guess who the Godfather is?
won't be.
2 thumbs
No,
up
you're
for
not.
this guy.
Is he?
He's trying.
Oh, working it. She won't be in Aries. That's too bad.
She'll be a Pisces.
Pisces, yeah.
Well, are you an Aries?
I am March 24th.
Oh, okay. No, so she won't be.
And my mother's March 25th. That was the best birthday present she ever got.
What's before Pisces? Does anyone know?
No, my
Or
mother would
February?
know. My sister would know too. Well, it sounds like you're in a wonderful spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you
Great
for
time
coming
to
on
be
the.
alive.
Yeah, great time to be alive. Thank you for coming on the podcast.
It was great.
It's fun, right?
Everything I dreamed of.
You got to ask if there's anything you want to.
Oh yeah. That's why don't you take on that role?
How do you do it? So when we have guests here, we often have conversations afterwards, and they always are like, "I really wanted to say this, really wanted to say that."
Yeah.
So at this time, we'd like to give you that opportunity.
Is there any story that we left out? Is there anybody that had an effect on your life? Sounds like your mother. You didn't really mention her. I mean, she's got part of your real estate career now.
Oh well, yeah.
That goes without saying.
She's the best.
Yeah.
Reggie's the best.
And yes, without her, I couldn't have made the jump.
Yeah. So there you go.
I mean,
Anything else?
I think it was the guy last week took my "everything happens for a reason."
Yeah. Well, I agree with that.
I say that to my clients every day because 10 times out of 10, the house they didn't get or the buyer that backed out
It wasn't the one you wanted.
wasn't the one they wanted. And they feel that way when the one comes along.
Yeah, you look back and like, oh. Well, I mean, I'm living proof of that. We put an offer in on a house in Hingham. This is before I moved to Duxbury in 05. Didn't get it. Offer on a house in Marshfield. Didn't get it. And then finally bought in Duxbury. And thank God.
Yeah. And if I didn't get burned out, I wouldn't be in Duxbury married to Brian with a girl on the way.
I know. And a wonderful career.
And
well,
Uncle
and a great
Keithy.
and a great friend like Uncle Keithy.
Who gets you on podcasts. Access to multimedia.
Millions.
It's unbelievable. All right, well, let me leave you with my one little parting story, as has become customary here on the podcast. So in 2007, there was a violinist who was playing in the New York subway, as a matter of fact. And he was playing one night. He played for about 3 hours, and over the course of the 3 hours, he made about $30 in tips. His name was Joshua Bell. He was playing at the time. He was playing one of the most complex musical works ever written, on a $3.5 million violin. Turns out Joshua Bell is a famous violinist. And the night before, he had played in Boston, as a matter of fact, and he played for 2.5 hours in Boston, and they paid him $1,000 a minute to play his violin. Same guy, same violin, same songs, different location.
Mm-hmm.
Message being, at a supermarket, you can get a bottle of water for 50 cents. At the gym, it's $2. In the cinema, it's $3. On a airline, it's $6. So the value changes of things based on location. So make sure that wherever you are, you're being valued.
Nudge. That was great.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Think about that. Guys make $30 in 3.5 hours playing the same music, but because he's at some music hall in Boston, where everybody knows who he is, he's getting paid $1,000 a minute.
Root beer, make sure you're valued here.
Yeah, root beer. Make sure you're valued. Keithy?
I'm valued.
Oh, yeah. I'm the one that sets the value, so
Right.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good there.
I'm solid. I'm on solid ground. So thank you very much, Tory. You have a wonderful story. I'm sure it'll inspire tens and tens of our listeners. Thank you for listening. Thank you for having watch parties. Good luck with your career and your family. I'm glad that I got to know you today.
Thanks.
Root beer?
Bye.
Keithy?
Thanks, Danny.
Yeah, and everybody knows where to find me, because everybody needs a nudge. Bye, Jerry. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Jerry.
Bye, Jerry.